Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best point-and-shoot cameras.
Starting at number 5.
Sony ZV-1F. Okay, so hear me out. The Sony ZV-1F is technically a vlogging camera rather than a point-and-shoot, however it does have a lot of the same qualities. It's lightweight, compact and can fit in your pocket, it's incredibly easy to use. It has a handy flip-out screen so you can easily take selfies, and the larger 1-inch sensor makes it better suited to low-light conditions than other models on this list. The fixed 20mm f/2 lens might be a little limiting, but in some ways, I say it will force you to think more about the composition of the image and in turn make you a better photographer. It may not have the best stabilization, but speedy eye autofocus and a max continuous burst speed of 24 frames per second make up for it. It's a definite jump up from shooting on your phone and perfect for taking on holidays, day trips, or nights out. Point-and-shoots are getting much harder to come by these days since camera phones are generally so powerful, but you will notice a big leap in your image and video quality with the ZV-1F.
Coming at number 4.
Kodak Pixpro FZ55. There are very few manufacturers left making really affordable point-and-shoot cameras, but Kodak is the exception, with a range of compact models at every price point. The FZ55 is about the cheapest available and a fraction of the cost of most of the other models in this guide. So we didn't expect miracles, and we didn't see any. However, at the price the photos are more than acceptable. And the key attraction is that this has a built-in 5x motorized zoom, so has more telephoto firepower than you can get from a budget camera phone, for less money. We also felt that this camera offers a good helping of retro charm, giving us fond memories of pocket cameras that were popular at the start of the digital imaging revolution around 20 years ago.
At number 3.
Sytem Tough. This camera is exactly what it says on the tin, tough. I've used the Sytem TG7, and its predecessor the near-identical Olympus Tough TG6, in some seriously challenging conditions. I've used them in the middle of the Spanish desert in blistering heat, I've taken it on sub-zero hikes in the British winter, I've shot with it under the sea in Greece, and I've thrown it on the ground as hard as I can. It can basically shoot anywhere and everywhere. It even has a built-in GPS that logs where you were and at what altitude and temperature when you took your shots. Its 1/2.3-inch sensor might be smaller than some, and it's 12 MP less than others. But less pixels means that each one is larger and captures more light, so this is a great performer underwater where light quality is poor. It has a built-in flash and LED, too, to provide its own illumination above or below water. It shoots RAW, too, and rattles off shots at up to 20 frames per second. Lenses on other cameras have a greater zoom range, but the Tough's 25 to 100 mm with an aperture of f/2 at the wide end and f/4.9 at maximum zoom gives a good working range. What's so special here, though, is that a macro mode is built in, so you can take incredible close-up photos or 4K video. Because it can shoot anything, anywhere, regardless of the weather or conditions, this is the point-and-shoot camera I always take with me if I leave my mirrorless at home, and I never regret it.
Number 2 of my list.
Canon PowerShot S. If you're after a point-and-shoot camera with incredible zoom capabilities, look no further than the Canon PowerShot SX740HS with its focal range equivalent to a full-frame 24 to 960 mm. It has a 20.3 MP 1/2.3-inch sensor and an LCD screen, which can be flipped to face the front, making it perfect for selfies. What we love about this is that unlike bridge cameras with bigger zooms, this really is a pocket-sized camera. It has a maximum continuous burst shooting rate of 10 frames per second, and it can also film video in 4K. The Canon PowerShot SX730HS can be found slightly cheaper if you don't need 4K video, and it still has full HD recording. The image quality and autofocus performance on this camera is pretty good, and overall I rate this as an excellent camera for the price.
And number 1.
Sony CyberShot. While the RX106 costs more than most cameras on this list, and more than some of them combined, we couldn't leave it out for the simple reason that it's pretty much the best there is. As the name implies, the 7 is the 7th iteration in a series that Sony has been perfecting for many years, providing an exceptional blend of image quality and portability. A 20MP 1-inch sensor, 28 to 200 mm zoom, 20 frames per second burst shooting, with up to 90 frames per second in single burst mode, phase detection autofocus with human and animal eye AF, 4K 24/30p, pop-up 2.36 million dot electronic viewfinder. It's all here, and housed in a camera small enough to pop into a pocket provided you don't mind a few of the controls being a little fiddly to use. And it all comes with a reassuringly expensive price tag. If you like the sound of the RX 107 but are put off by the cost, check back through previous models in the Sony RX 100 series. They are all without exception very good, and most are popular enough to still be in production.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.